All right, Reno Mokri challenged Obedience that they should provide a school built by Peter Obi when he was a governor of Anambra State. That was a very useless challenge because Peter Obi is the face of education in times of Nigeria, the best performing governor when it comes to education. One man that single-handedly revamped the educational system of a state. But trust me, Obedience, they are not the kind of person you will throw up challenge with. They are not the kind of person you will run up propaganda with. And Obedient, they took that challenge and they went into it, pull off their sleeve, and they countered the propaganda of Reno Mokri and the APC for 72 straight hours. Give it to the Obedient. Every politician in Nigeria will fight to have what Mr. Peter Obi is having. Obedient are one man army. These people are so relentless, and they went into work and fish out the legacy of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos. What you've been seeing, these are not poultry farms, these are schools in Lagos, and I can bet you will never see this kind of schools in Anambra State. You won't see dilapidated schools like this in Anambra State because Mr. Peter Obi, upon resumption in office, decided to rehabilitate all the whole schools in Anambra State rather than going into building white elephant schools that will not be completed. He decided to rehabilitate every schools in Anambra State. So what you're going to watch is, according to what is trending on the social media, is Tinubu School series. So enjoy Tinubu legacy in Lagos. I really have to stop here because it may sound like politics, but it's disheartening seeing these structures and you claim that these are structures, these are buildings that our young kids actually go to school to. What you're seeing are public schools. Public schools means these schools are owned by the government. Now, you all know how this all started about Reno Mockery challenging Mr. Peter Obi for not building a school in Anambra State. But what Mr. Peter Obi did was to renovate the public schools in Anambra State. But you know, one thing our politicians know how to do, they know how to flag off projects and build new projects, because building new projects accumulates more money. That is why you see a road will be bad and they will not do anything to that road until that road is completely gone. Then they will not allocate money to that road. The reason why they are doing all this whole thing is because they will accumulate more money while building from fresh. Just look at the public schools in Lagos where Tinubu was said to have built Lagos, and you ask yourself again, what exactly did Tinubu build in Lagos if the standard of education in Lagos is low? What you have in Lagos are private schools. The number of private schools in Lagos are much higher than what you have in the public school. But that is not so in Anambra State. In Lagos, education is very expensive in Lagos because it is in the hands of private individuals. But in Anambra State, education is fully funded by the government. How can you tell me that in the 21st century you are having this kind of structures in Lagos State, and someone who came in and revolutionized the educational sector in Anambra State is being criticized for not building a school? You see, we have a very small mindset in this our country, Nigeria. Everybody wants to see projects being done. Nobody cares to know how this project will impact their life. Nobody cares to know. They don't care to carry out need assessment. Is this project a priority? P2B built schools in Anambra. He did build schools in Anambra, but he did more of rehabilitation. Close to 1,000 schools were rehabilitated in Anambra State under Mr. P2B. And that is why successive government came up and they carry on with the legacy of Mr. P2B. I can tell you for a free that you will never see structures like this in Anambra State. You will never see, because schools in Anambra State are fully funded by the government. But when you go to Lagos, these are private schools that are thriving. How do you come online and defend people like this? People who don't care about your future. And then let me tell you something. These schools you see, these are schools where elections are being conducted. This is where the future leaders of this country are being elected into office. They come here during election, but after election, they don't care to come here again to find out what is happening. And some people come on social media to defend these people. Why will you be defending people that are looting your treasury? People that are destroying your future? Why will you be doing that? I don't understand how Nigerians be. I don't understand how they think. Sometimes you may be forced to ask yourself a question if Nigerians are under a spell. Like you're singing the praise of your slave master. Imagine someone like Yaya Bello using $720,000 to pay the upfront school fees of his children, whereas children in Kogi State cannot afford to pay school fees, but some persons were defending him. They were calling him White Lion. Why do we play politics with everything? Why do we play tribalism with everything? You are following Reno Omokri, who is working for his stomach, to divert your attention from holding the government accountable. At least I expected that with these structures coming up, the people should be calling on Sanwo-Olu to do something. This is not a banter. This is a call to hold your government accountable. You voted these people into office. You gave them the power. You also have that same power to hold them accountable. They should be accountable to you. They should be accountable to the money in their custody. They should be able to give account of the stewardship. They should account for the money they have. They will not just go and borrow money and they will not use it for anything. Hold these people accountable, Nigerians. By the time we start holding these people accountable, by this time we start asking questions, by the time we start making inquiries about how they are spending our money, these people will sit up. But we will not do that. We will rather come on social media and begin to throw tribal law at each other. How many times do you see these politicians throw tribal law at each other? When there is a wedding ceremony of any politician, you see all of them will come together and celebrate. But you on social media, you keep fighting one another, rather than uniting in a common good to fight off these people. Enough is enough. Nigerians should learn to understand that the people that are the receiving end, they are the ones that they receive and not these politicians. When it comes to fuel scarcity, the politicians don't suffer fuel scarcity. When it comes to inflation, they don't suffer inflation because these people have stockpiled money for themselves in years to come. They stockpiled it. Yaya Bello paid off his student school fees for like till when they graduate from the university, from that school, when he paid it up front. That is what they do. So you are the one that is at the receiving end. Enough is enough. This is so shameful to think that a state like Lagos cannot manage her public school. They should borrow a leaf from Mr. P2B, what he did, rather than attacking him. In Nigeria, we should learn to hold people who do good in high esteem, rather than criticizing them, rather than crucifying them. P2B saved money, he was crucified. P2B revamped education in Anambra State, he was crucified. What exactly do Nigerians want? Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Please ensure you like, subscribe, drop your comment reaction in the comment box.